Whoa. Welcome back to episode 3 of Broken That Can Be Explained series. I am your host, VALTORIOUS, AWOKEN. And for today's episode, we're going to be having Venom and Carnage invade the Tokyo Ghoul universe. So, Carnage and Venom are two of the most powerful symbiotes in the Marvel universe, and it would be interesting to see them face off against some of the powerful ghouls and maybe the CCG members in the Tokyo Ghoul universe. So, you know Venom and Carnage are both fighting in an epic battle, and let's just say that the celestial beings just get tired of them, right? And they're like, alright, y'all fighting on this, I don't know, planet or some shit, and he's just like, alright, time to send you off somewhere, get off this damn universe, and they send him somewhere else. And we can say in one scenario that Carnage is probably sent to maybe on the front step of the CCG headquarters and shit, where he's met with like Armin, right? And the White Reaper, that's what they call him and shit, and they basically have like a little bit of a fight and shit. So things is going pretty hectic, but as we all know, he was on his deathbed anyway, and he was powerful, don't get me wrong. Like I said, like the White Reaper was very powerful, but Venom kills him. That's because did I say Venom? I meant Carnage. So sorry. Carnage kills him because Carnage is just Carnage is Carnage. So he basically kills him and shit. So the question is, can Venom and Carnage fight against the strongest of the strong in the Tokyo Ghoul universe? Since Carnage is still fighting against Armin despite his legendary accomplishments and feats and traps, the fight against Carnage comes to a very brutal ending where Carnage decapitates Armin. Now, due to Carnage having spider sense and fighting off against the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe, now for Venom, he reverts back to Eddie Brock and walks into the streets, and let's just say he walks into like his cafe where he meets Yoshimura, and he sits down to have a cup of coffee. They both talk about stuff, and then they sense something off about each other, and yada yada yada. Like, we just gonna get to it. Like they fight and shit. So the old man basically transforms and shit, and him and Venom basically have like this fight. So Yoshimura gains the upper hand on Venom as they both try to figure each other out as to why their attacks are almost equal. They continue to fight until Carnage shows up and interferes with the match. In the Tokyo Ghoul universe, each ghoul has a specific type of RC that can use some of their balance, and some are powerful and some have advanced regeneration. I'll explain some of the RT types and which ghoul has at least a fighting chance against like Carnage and Venom and stuff, because that's the thing in like the Tokyo Ghoul universe. There's some of them that has, I wouldn't say like not all of them, but some of them do have like a way of winning against maybe like Carnage or Venom, maybe, but I'm not gonna say like everybody would have like a chance and stuff, because Carnage and Venom they both been defeated. They have been defeated like sometimes and stuff. Like I think Punisher took out Venom at one point, and then I think somebody else like took out Carnage and stuff, and like it is possible for them to be defeated and stuff, but in the Tokyo Ghoul universe, they're not gonna know how to do it and stuff, like sound and like fire and stuff. Like, yeah, they might maybe fire, but sound and it may not work and stuff. So number one, you have the Ukaku is the light heavyweight championship when it comes to the speed and its attack. Toka and Azuko both had this ability where they shot out like feather-like attacks onto their opponents. So we call this the featherweight champion. Number 2, you have the Kokuku, which is the middleweight of the RC types, where the user have ridiculous armor, drills, hammers, shields, and swords, which is the best for both offense and defense. We saw some of this with a few other ghouls, including Itako Yoshimura. Now, number 3, we have the Rinkaku, is definitely the heavyweight of the RC division, where they use tentacles and it has ferocious attack power. has ferocious attack power and crazy regenerative healing where they can heal from critical attacks that can almost kill them. Hell, Kaneki has this, and at the end, this man became the dragon. But I'll get to that pop later. Risei and a few others also had the Renkaku cells within them. Now, number 4, last but definitely not least, you have the Btcbe. This RC type, I guess, is basically the welterweight of the typings because it's good defense and has good defense and speed, but the Btcbe has a powerful and must needed trump card to disable a Renkaku's users of his or hers regenerative healing. Now, I'll go for the who can do what to who's list later and shit, but let's get back to where we left off with Venom versus Yoshimura. Even though Yoshimura is an owl and he did fight off against the top Dove members, he still got defeated by them. But Venom has a lot of experience dealing with fighting off against other symbiotes and powerful people in the Marvel Universe like the Hulk, Spider-Man, the Avengers, and many other peoples, including being experimented on by the Life Foundation. So in other words, in other fairness, his Venom would absolutely destroy Yoshimura owl form. And if Carnage had to step in and fight him as well, Carnage would just keep on slicing him until he can't heal or regenerate anymore, despite Yoshimura's tolerance to pain. Now Totara's Kagane had a really unique type to it where he was firing off 4,000 degree flames. And it seems like he was kind of like a hybrid between a Renkaku and a Kokaku, where he had armor, shields, and tentacles. So if Carnage had to fight against him in a match, it would be interesting to see if the two was actually to fight and stuff, because in the Marvel Universe, both Venom and Carnage had massive upgrades over their time, where flames was their weaknesses and they wouldn't fight against it, as their suit would literally fall apart, burn the fuck up and fall apart. And since they've been upgraded, Carnage can still have troubles with flames from time to time, but it's not enough to kill him or slow him down. And Totara's armor is almost impenetrable, but Carnage has been slicing up shit that shouldn't be possible, and he's stronger than Venom when it comes to his tendrils and power. So Totara's, despite his flames, Carnage has been hit with flames and sound at the same time, so Carnage would win that fight. So Ito Yoshimura, she's another one who was powerful in her owl form. She fought against Kaneki and lost. Now her against Venom, I felt it wouldn't be any different since she can detach parts of her Kagane to other people to hold them down. Not really any different from the symbiotes. He can only do that, but the only difference is that she can't turn invisible like the symbiotes can, and also disguise themselves to be anyone. Because the thing is, it's like each and every single one of the ghouls, they have like different types of typings to them and shit, and each of them have like their own unique sets and skills and stuff. And like I said before, like the Ukakus, they, like I said, they have feathers and it kind of explodes and shit. But the only thing is that you're dealing with both Venom and Carnage and stuff, where they have tendrils. They can basically, again, like they can turn invisible. They can disguise themselves to be anyone and stuff. And it would kind of be hard for them to detect a person of their caliber and stuff, where they transform into anyone. They can just walk outside and do whatever they want. And then again, like the only faction I felt would probably be any sort of problem towards maybe Venom or Carnage is probably the Renkakus and the Kokakus, because the Renkakus, again, like they have like this ridiculous amount of healing factor and regenerative and stuff, because as Carnage and Venom is probably like fighting and slicing and doing all this crazy stuff, they just regenerating and healing, even though it's an extent, they can still die, but it's just their healing is ridiculous and stuff. And then the Kokakus, they have like a raw defense and shit, so that also would be a problem for them to actually fight them and stuff. But again, they had so much done to them, it's just funny and laughable at this point. And I'm not even gonna go into the Null and the God symbiote and how Carnage basically got wings and he was taking Codex and getting even more strong. Listen, that whole thing wouldn't even be a fair fight at this point, because again, Carnage is absolutely stronger than Venom, you know. But Venom can hold his own. You know, Venom can hold his own against like the best of them and shit, and that's not really too much of a problem and stuff, because when you look at like the Tokyo Ghoul series, some ghouls was born the way that they was born, and then you have some who was experimenting on to become ghouls and stuff, like Kaneki, where the metal beam fell on both Kaneki and Risei, but they took like the ghoul parts out of Risei and they placed it into Kaneki and stuff. But Kaneki was like half human, half ghoul and stuff. So, you know, and then, you know, later on he fought Jason, he killed Jason, he ate him, and then he gained even more power and more regenerative healing and stuff. Where I believe he had what was that shit? A chimera, like his Kagane was almost like a chimera and stuff, where it looked like it was incomplete and he was losing control of himself. Like it almost looked like that and stuff. And then at the end he became the dragon, where he became even more powerful. Now again, if that version of Kaneki went up against like Carnage or Venom, I think it still wouldn't even be able to do anything and stuff. Because when you look at Tokyo Ghoul, like the anime itself, it almost reminds you of Dead Man Wonderland, where they was using their blood to fight and stuff. But in this case, they was using like their RC types and stuff, and they're depending on what type of the RC it is, they can do a lot. You know, you can either survive, either they have good defense, or they could have good offense, they have good regenerative and shit, or it's whatever, you know. But again, like you going up against Carnage and Venom, it ain't happening. It ain't happening and shit at this point, because they've been through so much that it's kind of hard to say, oh yeah, that they're gonna win. Now I know there's gonna be some people that's gonna say, you what the hell, how you gonna come on and you're gonna say that Venom and Carnage is gonna come along and they're gonna just flat out destroy the CCCG members. They're gonna come out, and it's like, guys, like we just have a little fun here. We have a little fun here with this, and I'm just saying is that if Carnage and Venom was sent over to the Tokyo Ghoul universe, there's not really much for any of them to do. You know, the owls would just get destroyed. I'm just putting that out there. Like the owls would get destroyed. You know, yeah, like Tatara, like he, you know, it seems like he's mixed between a Rinkaku and a Kokaku, because he has like raw defense, and he has like you know, like flames and shit. But again, Carnage was hit with all that, but he still was moving. You know, Venom was blasted with flames as well, but he still was moving. Compared to that, he can't do anything. Yeah, he has impenetrable defense, but he can't do shit either. He's gonna lose. So I mean, that's how I see it. I know some of y'all's gonna probably see like, well, the owls probably have like a chance because of, you know, this and that and stuff. And again, like Yoshimura, he went up against humans, and they had their well, they didn't have like their no, they had like ghoul weapons and shit. They had ghoul weapons, but they was human, and they lost and stuff. And what you would think against an alien symbiote, right, that's been adapting for years and shit, and just you know, like what you think? Like what the fuck? Like what you think? Like he gonna come along and he gonna swipe some shit, or he's gonna shoot some shit at him, and they just gonna be like, okay, this is cool. I got a tendril, I can transform, I can go invisible. I'm just saying, guys. Like, don't bash me. Don't try to say you motherfucker. No. Don't do all that now. But yeah. Like this is gonna conclude the video for me explaining to you that Venom and Carnage can just destroy. Could just basically destroy and shit. Oh, by the way, before we close out this video, I am going to have something good coming in December. Even though it's a while from now, but I have something good that's coming in December. A really good, really good match and stuff. I'm just gonna throw it out. It's gonna be Dracula, right? It's gonna be Dracula, but the opponent that he's gonna be fighting, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big because nobody haven't thought of this yet, but it's gonna be big and shit. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some people's in for this. I'm gonna try, but I don't know because Steve Carino is a thing and shit. Shouts out to Russell Talk for this shit, Ali. So yeah, Steve Carino is a thing, so I can't really I can't do that. We can't do anything. So yeah. So yeah, if you like what you heard, you like, please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff, and I'll catch you later.